Good, y'all. They're about to check out how good was Kofimania in 2019. This video is by Superkick Studios. Kofi Kingston was always one of the most popular, loved superstars of all time, and for him to finally get his opportunity in 2019 during that whole little WrestleMania season, and when he finally won and beat Daniel Bryan, got the opportunity to face Daniel Bryan and beat Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania that year, it was just incredible. It was like a dream come true watching somebody who has been through the ranks of being like a lower mid-card wrestler pretty much his whole career to finally get to the top and actually win it and do it at WrestleMania was a dream come true, man. So I didn't like the way it ended. He lost to Brock Lesnar on the episode of SmackDown in, I think, between 4 to 6 seconds. And it was just a terrible way to end his championship reign. After months of building this guy to look like a credible champion, he beat just about everybody that was in his way. There was a big name at that time, and for him to lose against Brock Lesnar was just terrible, man. So we about to hop into this video and see how good Kofimania really was. Let's go.
In the pro wrestling business, we've seen our fair share of feel-good championship wins.
Yep.
Eddie Guerrero at No Way Out 04, Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30, and Jeff Hardy at 2008 Armageddon. Whether it was organic stories or characters winning their ways into the hearts of WWE fans, the company managed to capture lightning in a bottle and present these underdogs as top stars. A more recent example of a genuine story is Kofi Kingston's WWE title win at WrestleMania 35. But before we get to the title win, we have to backtrack a little bit. Kofi Kingston's WWE journey began in January of 2008 as part of WWE's ECW brand. He came out wearing the colors of the Jamaican flag and had a Jamaican accent to add to that, but he possessed an athletic and exciting moveset and all the qualities.
Kofi was hella entertaining when his first couple years.
Winning his first of many intercontinental
I remember him and CM Punk was tag champ.
Himself as a top mid-card talent. He then feuded with Randy Orton towards the
end of 2009.
The following year, he was set for a big push and to possibly win the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 26. But those plans didn't happen. Kofi was in a triple threat match with Cena and Orton. Orton was supposed to
kind of messed him up right there because of Randy Orton.
Got up too early, so Orton improvised and hit him with an RKO, audibly screaming "stupid, stupid, stupid" right at Kofi Kingston. Randy Orton put an end to Kofi's push and told higher ups that he just wasn't ready. Over the coming little while, Kofi was constantly losing and nowhere near the world title picture. The Money in the Bank win at that year's WrestleMania instead went to Jack Swagger, and it looked as though Randy Orton had quite possibly finished Kofi's career before it even started. But Kofi, over the coming years, didn't let that derail him. He continued to toil around in the mid-card and tag team division, wowing WWE audiences with his skills. Anytime there was a Money in the Bank match, Kofi did something crazy to get the fans into the match. Anytime a Rumble match would come, he basically made it the Kofi Kingston show, saving himself in the most miraculous of ways. And over the coming years, he became one of the best WWE superstars. He had the consistency, he had the relentless work ethic,
his opportunity and ran with it.
That he was still underutilized. Tag team champion, IC champion, US champion, but there was still one title that eluded him.
WWE champion.
WWE Championship. The top prize. Proof that you truly are the best in the business. It was 2019 and the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view was upcoming. In that match was AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, and Mustafa Ali, all contending for Daniel Bryan's
Mustafa got hurt
championship.
On the episode of SmackDown.
Mustafa Ali got injured and replacing him in that match was Kofi Kingston. On the last SmackDown before
it posed been Mustafa's moment.
WWE had a gauntlet match to determine who would enter the chamber last. Kofi started the gauntlet match at number 1, and he went through Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, and Samoa Joe before eventually being eliminated by AJ Styles. Kofi competed for nearly 40 minutes, and the crowd reaction towards him was growing. Everyone knew that this man had been around forever and was yet to win the big one. We get to the Elimination Chamber match on Sunday, and Kofi enters at number 3, and he hangs in there all the way to the end. Daniel Bryan is the only one left for Kofi Kingston to finally become the WWE champion.
I was proud as hell when I seen him win. I ain't gonna lie, that was a proud moment.
Consistently calling them fickle and becoming the planet's champion. He said that they were everything.
That's an ugly ass title.
They were the reason that people fed their insecurities, even him. But no, not anymore. Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston, the two go back and forth, and the emotion is riding high. The crowd is genuinely emotionally invested and want to see Kofi win the title after years of hardship and not getting his rightful place among the greats. The two have a slugfest, but at the end, Daniel Bryan comes out on top. Kofi Kingston, beaten and battered, is joined by his New Day teammates. They all share a hug as Kofi leaves the chamber. Thank you, Kofi chants ring through the arena. 11 years and still nothing. But Kofimania had started to gain some steam. On the following SmackDown, it was a 6-man tag team match, and it involved all the members of the Elimination Chamber match. In the final moments of that match, Kofi Kingston pinned the WWE Champion Daniel Bryan. It looked as though it was finally going to happen. Kofi Kingston was going to get his shot at the WWE title. In the 11
Vince
years he
McMahon
was in WWE, he
was
was
throwing
still
all
to
type of curveballs at him.
But finally, that was going to change at Fastlane. The following week, it's a contract signing between Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan. But just before Kofi could sign the contract, Vince McMahon's music hits, and he says that he appreciates everything that Kofi has done over the past 11 years, but he said that he was going to replace him. He said Kofi wasn't deserving enough.
He had to fight in the gauntlet match.
And the pure emotion of sadness overcame everyone. You could hear it from the commentators.
I think it was Randy Orton. KO.
And you could see the disappointment on everyone's face. As
but KO was helping him out.
The crowd
during that
still
time too.
chanting, Kofi, Kofi, Kofi. At Fastlane, the New Day go into Mr. McMahon's office and they demand that this match be turned into a triple threat match. McMahon says, okay, sure, the match will be a triple threat match. Kofi goes down to the ring, and he's later told that the triple threat match is later on in the night. But right now, it's a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Damn.
The Bar comes out, and it's the Bar versus Kofi Kingston. They viciously beat down Kofi Kingston, and they prove Vince's theory correct. Kofi just didn't have it. McMahon stayed true to his word. It was a triple threat match, but Kofi wasn't in it. Instead, it was Mustafa Ali. Bryan retained his title, and at this point, the New Day was getting fed up with the mistreatment of Kofi. On the following SmackDown, the New Day confront Mr. McMahon and they tell him that they've done everything in their power for him, but Kofi deserves it, to which Mr. McMahon said that Kofi didn't deserve a damn thing. McMahon said that he's a good judge of talent, and Kofi really wasn't that talented. If he was going to give him a title match, he would have got it a long time ago. He said that he was using the New Day to do his dirty work. He said that Kofi Kingston had grown old and recruited E and Xavier to stay relevant. And the worst part of it all was that Kofi Kingston was, is, and will always be a B-plus player.
Damn.
As McMahon says that, Kofi just looks defeated. He looks like he's about to cry. But Kofi bucks up and he tells Mr. McMahon that he's busted his ass for this company, that he's missed his kids' birthdays and biggest moments for this company. He's never complained, and all he asks is for one chance. He doesn't want a free ride, he's willing to earn it. Then, out comes Randy Orton, out comes Samoa Joe, Sheamus, Cesaro, and Eric Rowan. He says next week, you have to beat all these people in a gauntlet match, and Kofi, if you do that, you're going to WrestleMania. The dream looked like it was about to be over. It was an unsurmountable task at Kofi's hand. The next week, Daniel Bryan talks about how Kofi Kingston isn't an underdog. He was chosen to have an opportunity at Elimination Chamber, but he failed. He didn't earn a damn thing. It was Daniel Bryan who earned everything. Daniel Bryan was the one who made the most of his opportunities. The gauntlet match begins and Kofi gets through Sheamus. He gets through Cesaro, Rowan, he's gone, Samoa Joe, he's gone, and it's down to one more. The man who ruined Kofi's push all those years ago. And in the most poetic fashion, Kofi Kingston rolls up Randy Orton and he's going to WrestleMania. The locker room is showing the respect for Kofi and they are going wild. He's finally about to get his match.
Yes, sir.
Or so we thought. Out comes Mr. McMahon and he says,
yeah, go through another gauntlet match.
As long as you can beat one more opponent. Out comes Daniel Bryan to put Kofi's hopes of going WrestleMania to an end. Again, Kofi had done everything he was told to do, but he was screwed over again. The next week, the New Day kick off the show, and they say that it might be time for them to walk away from the WWE. These guys have done everything for Vince McMahon, and their brother Kofi is just getting screwed at every single turn. They demand answers from Mr. McMahon. McMahon comes out, and he's interrupted by Daniel Bryan. The two go on to just berate Kofi. Bryan says that Kofi is a B-plus player. He said Vince's instincts were correct. Kofi should never be in the world title picture. He doesn't belong. He's failed. Daniel Bryan turned into everything that he used to fight against, which is what made the story all the more brilliant. We all knew that a few years beforehand, it was Bryan in Kofi's shoes fighting for everything he wanted. Vince says that Bryan's right. Kofi will always be a B-plus player, but is the New Day a B-plus tag team? He said that Kofi's not going to have any more opportunities to get a title match, but the New Day
gotta win
Kofi a title match. If they win a tag team gauntlet match, Kofi is in at WrestleMania. It's the end of the night and we're ready for the tag team gauntlet match, and the New Day start off. They get through Gallows and Anderson, they get through Rusev and Nakamura, and the locker room is going wild in the back in support of Kofi. They get through the Bar, but the Bar proceeds to put Big E through a table at the end of the match. Now they're at a huge disadvantage. And out come the tag team champions.
The Usos, actually, their biggest rivals, was the one that helped them.
Woods and Big E's expression is spot on. They say that everyone knows that the Usos have fought wars against the New Day, and if one person deserved to fight for the WWE title, it was Kofi Kingston. He's earned everyone's respect in the back, everyone out here, and ours too. Good luck, Us.
They got themselves counted out.
The last team left is Rowan and Daniel Bryan. But the New Day, they did it. And Kofi Kingston is headed to WrestleMania.
This made me so happy because I remember watching
the last
this.
order of business is a contract signing.
And how can you not love Kofi Kingston?
Mania 35.
I grew up watching Kofi when I was like
11 years. Just
11.
So good in Kofi.
12,
this
something
is
like
the
that.
closest you'll ever come. Kofi tells him that Bryan became world champion in his first 2 years. He says that Daniel Bryan hasn't been through
11 years.
He can act like he's fought all these wars, but he hasn't. No one has fought like Kofi. The parallels going on here were phenomenal. Both men signed the contract, and it was official. It was now time for WrestleMania. It's the 6th match on the show. We're at the halfway point of WrestleMania. Kofi Kingston makes his entrance to an arena filled with Kofi chants. Daniel Bryan, on the other hand, comes out to a pretty mixed response. The bell rings, and it's time. Can Kofi finally win the big one after 11 years and become the WWE champion? Superstars are in the back cheering on Kofi Kingston. Bryan and Kingston go back and forth. There's a near fall with Daniel Bryan hitting a flying knee. Kofi and Bryan exchange roll-up attempts, and Rowan has been neutralized by Big E and Xavier Woods. Near the end stages of the match, Kofi pries himself out of a lapel lock, beats down Daniel Bryan, hits the Trouble in Paradise, and after 11 long years, Kofi Kingston has done it.
Yes, sir.
He is the new WWE champion. The crowd is going wild. The happiness in
people
Pirates
all over the
Voice
world was
is
happy
felt
for
by
Kofi.
the
I remember
entire
watching this
world.
WrestleMania,
11 years,
watching that live,
every
and was
barricade,
just happy for
every
him.
hurdle, and finally, Kofi Kingston has done it. It was all worth it. The New Day presents Kofi with the original WWE title. They hoist him on their shoulders, and he celebrates
Xavier
with
Woods
and
was
his children.
way more emotional than Kofi
story
was.
had come true. The wrestling world rejoiced.
He was crying like a
WWE
baby.
told a brilliantly executed story, and it's hard to believe that if Mustafa Ali never got injured, it's possible that Kofi, even to this day,
he wouldn't have been in that position.
WWE champion. These breakout performances, the underdog story, everything, forget about it. Kofi Mania wouldn't have been a thing. Following his win at WrestleMania 35, he moved into a feud with Kevin Owens, where Owens briefly joined the New Day and tried to make it so
He turned
Kofi
on him. I remember
so
that.
he could take the WWE title. Kofi retained the title at Money in the Bank.
That was
and then he moved into a
2019
feud
when that
with Dolph
happened?
Ziggler, where Ziggler said that the crowd
Damn,
should be admired.
time
He's
flying.
the one they should pay the respect to, and it should have been.
Not Kofi win, y'all, but
Dolphin,
when
Super
Kevin
Showdown,
Owens joined the
and
New Day for
stomping
like
grounds
one night.
before adding another title retention
Couple
against
weeks, I think.
Samoa Joe at Extreme Rules. These feuds really felt like they lacked true substance. Aside from, oh, Kofi's a fluke, I should have been the champion instead. That was basically the story for most of his matches. But in the summer, substance was added and it
Randy
all
Orton.
came full circle. Randy Orton was back in Kofi's life. He told Kofi that the reason why I didn't let you achieve more was you weren't ready. You weren't ready then, and you're not ready now. Kofi told Orton that he was here in spite of
Randy
him.
Orton was
that even
a
when he told
douchebag.
management that he wasn't good enough,
Back in the
he
day.
found
I
a way
hated
to
this man
persevere. But
growing
Orton
up.
said the only
I hated
reason
Randy
Kofi
Orton
even had
growing
an
up.
opportunity was because he took out
Randy
all
Orton and
the
Edge was
Elimination
the two I
Chamber.
hated the
WWE
most.
stretched this feud out between SummerSlam and Clash of Champions 2019, and Kofi overcame Orton. He had been WWE champion for over 6 months now, and SmackDown was moving to Fox. The main event of
First
the
live
show
episode on
was
Fox.
Kofi Kingston versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship.
Man lost in
Kofi Kingston ran
6
headfirst
seconds.
into an F5, and just like that, his title reign was over. His underdog story ended in 9 seconds, and the
9
guy
seconds.
didn't even get a rematch.
This man never even got a rematch.
Magical run, and one of the best parts is that they
Immediately put him back in the tag
So
division.
was it good or bad? Well, the lead up to WrestleMania was good. It was
It was
really
good,
I
but
would
the
say.
ending
A
of it
genuine
was
story,
terrible.
A relatable dude who just works hard, cares for his family, and he's just trying to reach his dreams. But once his big moment came at WrestleMania, everything else didn't really feel up to par. It was two-sided. The initial Kofi Mania, in my opinion, was one of the best WWE stories ever told.
Yeah.
It was feel-good, it was genuine, but the subsequent title reign afterwards just felt like it dragged on, and didn't really have much substance aside from the feud with Randy Orton. Even the Kofi chants started to die down as time wore on. The moment at Mania, the underdog performances in the gauntlet match, the camaraderie shown between Kofi and the New Day was all executed brilliantly, however. But what do you guys think about Kofi Mania? I see that it splits.
I hated
in my
how it
opinion,
ended.
But what I need from you guys is one of two words. Either you tell me it's good, or you tell me it's bad. I'll catch you guys in the
It
next
was
one.
good.
Take care.
To me, it was good. Alright, y'all, another great video, man. Let me know down below in the comments of what y'all thought of Kofimania and what y'all thought of my reactions to this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.